following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. In a battle for first place in the American League West, the Kansas City Royals and Texas Rangers played one of the best games maybe of the year the last time we were with you. Well, not us, but on the last day. It starts in the first. Al Oliver hits a fielder's choice, 1-0 Texas. Rich Gale on the mound for Kansas City. Doc Medic for Texas. And the bottom of the first, Hal McRae singled it, and his hitting streak is now 10. Take a couple days off, and this is what happens. In the third, Al Oliver, fielder's choice, 2-0 Texas. But the Rangers had 3 walks from Gale in the fourth and could not score, and that would be fortuitous. In the sixth, Al Cowens with a fielder's choice and an error to make it 2-1 Texas. In the seventh, George Brett, a 2-run shot, his 9th of the year, makes it 3-2 Kansas City. And then the Rangers exploded off the Kansas City bullpen in the 8th. Toby Hara doubles home Richie Zisk to make it 3-3, and then Mike Hargrove, the human rain delay, a 3-run bomb to make it 6-3. But back came the Royals, dented, bruised, but not broken. Amos Otis singles home Willie Wilson to make it 6-4. Freddie Patek singles home Al Cowens to make it 6-5. And then Hal McRae, a 2-run single off of Len Barker. Kansas City hangs on 7-6 and holds first place by half a game. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978 today, Saturday, the 19th of August. It is the first place Kansas City Royals against the Texas Rangers. Ferguson Jenkins and Dennis Leonard. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. We just did our first anniversary special this week. Come find us at DigitalDice.com on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Including Zune. We have people who listen to us using Zune. That's like reading my status updates on MySpace. Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Juckett. Welcome to the broadcast on this Friday afternoon for you here. Just the one game today, off again for the weekend, and then we'll have 5 games for you next week, and golf starting Thursday and Friday. We'll get to that in a bit. Dennis Leonard looking for his 18th win of the year as Kansas City plays game number 121. They are 66-54. Texas 65-54, and they go with Ferguson Jenkins. You would expect this to be a pitcher's duel. You know what happens when you assume you make a buttwad out of you and or me, especially me. So glad to have you along on a Friday. It is 81 degrees and clear, wind blowing in from right field at 12 miles an hour. It's a day game here in Kansas City, and it's a beautiful one. The Chamber of Commerce called and said they wanted their weather back. So let's get to it, shall we? Baseball for you on a Friday afternoon, or Saturday, August 19th, 1978. I got enough windows open here to cool off even the hottest person. Dennis Leonard, as I said, is 17-6. He's making his 30th start of the year. He's got 10 left, and the Royals have about 39 games left in their regular year. He is 17-6 with an ERA of 3.61. Against the Rangers, this is start number 4. 21 2/3 innings, 23 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned. He has walked 9. He's only done worse against the Yankees in that department, and struck out 12. He is 1-1 against the Rangers with an ERA of 5.82. That's not good. His last time out was against the Tigers on the 15th. Hey, and Detroit beat him. How about that? Where's my Tiger fans? Ya beat him. 5 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. So overall, Leonard at 236 and 2/3 innings, 224 hits, 105 runs, 95 of those are earned, 29 home runs. He's already gone above his real-life total. He has walked 62 and struck out 152. There you go, Mr. Forsberg. Yeah, the Tigers beat him. And this will be the lineup that Kansas City will face. Mike Hargrove, who hit the winner, or hit the big shot last night, didn't matter. He'll lead off and play first base. How you doing, Mark? Bump Wills will bat second and play second. Juan Beniquez will be in center field. He'll hit third. Al Oliver, the DH, cleans up. Bobby Bonds in right field will bat fifth. Richie Zisk, hopes that he'll be Zisk fully clean in left field. He'll bat sixth. Jim Sundberg behind the plate will go seventh. Toby Harrah at third will go eighth. Bert Campaneris at short will bat ninth, and Ferguson Jenkins on the mound. Defensively for the Royals, Clint Hurdle a 5 and a 7 in left. Amos Otis is a 5 and a 6 in center. And Dave. You see, Mr. Dave is here from the Epic Basketball League, and so I'm thinking basketball. It's Al Collins. Although Dave might have been a 9 and an 8 in right. We won't tell anybody you're here. Shh. It's okay. George Brett is an 8 at third. Freddie Patek is a 6 at short. Again, UL Washington is at second. He's a 3. And our favorite center square, Pete Lecoq, is 6 at first. Darrell Porter behind the plate, he's a 6 and a 6. And Dennis Leonard is an 8 on the mound with a 9.83 fielding percentage. And so that's all the particulars for you. Hargrove at 292, 9 homers, and 57 RBI. And this big ball game from Kansas City is underway. Hargrove, base hit past a diving Lecoq down the line, and Hargrove is in with a double. So that's exactly what Texas wanted, and that'll bring up Bump Wills. Maurice Son at 244, 13 homers, and 39 RBI. He has stolen 38 bases. Pitch from Leonard, and there's a bunt. Porter throws to third. They got Hargrove. So it's a sack and a fielder's choice, 2-5. That brings up Beniquez at 230. Juan has 6 homers and 28 RBI. Wills off of first. Leonard flops it over. Wills back. So we told you Beniquez's numbers. Beautiful day here in Kansas City. Wills goes to throw down to Washington in time. What a throw by Porter. And Washington slaps the tag on for the second out. So trying to play small ball doesn't work. And somewhere Keith Law gets a chuckle. How you doing, Lorenzo? Lorenzo says hi and then runs away again. So a 1-0 count to Beniquez with nobody on. Okay, he's on the phone. We'll forgive him. So Leonard and Tribe Fan, how are you? Living the life of Riley here in the first. Pitch to Beniquez is a liner to right. Cowens is there, and that will retire the side. Texas, no runs, a hit. They don't leave anybody on, nowhere. It's half an inning in the books. Rangers, nothing. Here come the Royals. And Ferguson Jenkins making start number 22. Gonna be a while before you see the Dodgers, too. Fergie at 9 and 9 with an ERA of 3.02. This is his 22nd start. He's got 8 left. Oops. Wrong slide. This is his 5th start against Kansas City, and he's yet to beat them. In 36 and 2/3 innings, he's allowed 29 hits. A decent 13 runs, all earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 21. But he's 0-3 with an ERA of 3.19 against the Royals. Fastball pitcher at 86 and doesn't favor either the ground ball or the fly ball. This is now what I wanted to show. His last start was the 14th. 5 days ago against the White Sox in a win. 6 hits. It was a shutout. 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. So overall, 181 and 2/3 innings, 175 hits, 20 homers, 67 runs, 61 earned. What pinpoint control for Jenkins? He's walked 24 and struck out 117. And so this will be the lineup. He'll face George Brett at third. Will lead it off. Hal McRae, last night's hero, the DH, will bat second. Pete Lecoq will hit third at first base. Darrell Porter cleans up behind the plate. Clint Hurdle in left will bat fifth. Al Cowens in right field will go sixth. Amos Otis in center will bat seventh. Freddie Patek at short will bat eighth. UL Washington will play second and bat ninth. And Dennis Leonard only threw 7 pitches in the first. CFC 136. Classic game, and it certainly is a great park. It was really the only, that and the Metrodome are the only 2 AstroTurf parks I really like. Richie Zisk, by the way, is a 5-4 in left. Juan Beniquez is a 9 and a 7 in center. And Bobby Bonds is 7 and an 8 in right. Toby Hara, a 5 at third. Bert Campaneris is an 8 at short. Yeah, I can see why. I like this part. Bump Wills a 7 at second. Hargrove an 8 at first. Sundberg a 10 and a 9 behind the plate. And Jenkins an 8 on the mound with a .986 fielding percentage. George Brett at 270. 9 homers and 56 RBI. Let's go to the Weiner line first. Why do I frequent known Dodger hate zone? By the way, thanks for the only good thing to come out of Boston. Mookie Betts. And a gentle reminder to all of you that since 1989, the Red Sox have won 4 World Series, and the Dodgers have none. Mookie will help us immensely now that he's on a winning environment. Really? His morale and generalized happiness will be through the roof, and he may hobnob with some starlets. I like Mookie. No problem with that at all. I really wish that he had stayed. One's grass and the other one's gone. Weiner line. This stadium is much better than Skydome and Rogers Center. It's not tired. It's the absolute truth. Brett at 270, 9 homers and 56 RBI. Wind blowing in from right at 12. Jenkins starts his ball game with a ground ball to first. Hargrove takes to the bag himself for the out. Mookie is a good dude. Good bowler. He bowled a 300 game on TV, didn't he? Hal McRae at 269, 9 homers and 70 RBI. The trade-off for Mookie is you get to pay David Price, who's not going to pitch for you this year. Pitch to McRae is a ground ball to Campaneris. Over to Hargrove for the out. 2 out for Lecoq. Pierre at 312, 4 homers and 23 RBI. Yep, this was extra base hit paradise for sure. The way that the walls kind of rounded in. And so when you finish 31 and 29, don't blame me, Lorenzo. Actually, this park reminds me a bit of Dodger Stadium. Just elegant. Really, really elegant. Pitch to Lecoq is a ground ball to second. Wills over to Hargrove, and that will retire the side. So the Royals go in order. We go to the second. No score. So Al Oliver at 316, 12 homers and 65 RBI. Yes, Tribe fan, Comerica, which I think is an underrated ballpark. It's kind of like listening to Joe Davis. He's very good. Not Vin Scully, but imagine trying to replace Vin Scully. That's where Comerica is, trying to replace Tiger Stadium. And whatever they call Giants Park this week are good triples parks. Love them both. Inside the park, home run paradise. Yeah, especially on the turf. Pitch to Oliver is a fly ball left field. Hurdle makes the catch, 1 out. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what Lux does. Here's Bobby Bonds, 267, 15 homers, 57 RBI. Leonard deals, and there's a pop-up left side. Patek just on where the outfield should be, makes the out 2 away. Yeah, it was. It was not in the world's best neighborhood. Bobby Higginson referred to the new place as Comerica National Park. And they've moved the walls in already twice. You know what else is oversized, too, is Citi Field. Did you see today where A-Rod is complaining that there should be a salary cap in baseball? That'd be like me complaining about not enough donuts at Dunkin' Donuts, okay? Zisk at 270, 16 homers and 62 RBI. Pitch to Richie is a base hit right center field. Zisk will hold. Second hit for the Rangers, 2 out for Sundberg at 267, 4 homers and 33 RBI. They put the bullpens finally in the outfield. Yeah, now they should put a word cap on A-Rod. The good news is that when the Mets are on Sunday Night Baseball, because A-Rod's in the process of trying to buy the club from the Wilpons, he won't be doing those games. I agree, Tribe fan. Salary floor. So made hockey work. And the NHL just agreed to a 4-year CBA extension. We get hockey through 2026. And it take a global pandemic, but the Habs are finally in the playoffs. Pitch to Sundberg is a ground ball to Lecoq. He's going to underhand it to Leonard for the out. So we go to the bottom of the second. No runs, a hit. We finally have a stranded runner. No score. Porter, Hurdle, and Cowens here in the bottom of the inning. Porter at 298, 14 homers and 75 RBI. Jenkins threw 8 pitches in the first, ground ball base hit left side to start the second. So Porter's on, first hit for the Royals, and that'll bring up Clint Hurdle. Hopefully he'll have a happy retirement, or is he coaching somewhere? I know he's not a manager anymore. 266, 5 homers, and 43 RBI. One of those highly touted phenoms that, kind of like Craig Jefferies, that, well, I wouldn't say he failed, but the promotion that came with it, like Jefferies, he just never fit it. But he got the Rockies to the World Series and got a lot of mileage out of the Pirates, too. Pitch to Hurdle, ball 4. So runners on first and second, nobody out for Cowens. For some reason, Jamie says Cowens makes me think of A.C. Cowlings. And did you know that Ford released a 2021 Bronco on the exact anniversary of that chase? Pitch to Cowens is fouled off of the mask of Sundberg. Ouch. And the count is 0-1. Jenkins delivers, and Cowens ground ball to Campaneris. Might be... No, it goes to Hara for the sure out at third. I'm surprised he didn't try for 2. They get the lead runner at third. It goes 6-5 on the fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Otis, 285, 17 homers, 52 RBI. That whole night indeed was surreal. Between the suicide note read by the Kardashian father on television, that was Arnold Palmer's last competitive round at the United States Open. That, in 94, it was at Oakmont, so it was a good place for Arnie to say thank you and good night. And it was Game 5 of the NBA Finals between Houston and the Knicks. And so most of the country watched on a split screen, OJ on one side and the basketball game on the other. Pitch to Otis. Struck him out. Jenkins got him on an 0-2 fastball on the outside corner. So 2 out for Patek at 245, 3 homers and 38 RBI. Yep, that was the opening day of the World Cup in the United States as well. The U.S. and Switzerland will play the next day at noon on the grass at the Silverdome. The Silverdome no longer is there. Yeah, Rangers victory parade from winning the Stanley Cup final. 1940 no more. Pitch to Patek. Struck him out. So an 0-2 or 1-2 swung on and missed on the breaking ball, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the third. Texas and Kansas City scoreless in Independence. And just to tell you how tight this is, they are a half game apart, 66-54 and 65-54. The Royals have won 3 straight and beat the Rangers last night. And in the all-important run differential, 82-72 in favor of Kansas City. Milwaukee holds a 3-game lead over Baltimore and the Yankees. And Boston still moved to Washington. In the National League West, the Dodgers now have an elimination number. How about that of 34? They have a 7-game lead over San Diego and Cincinnati. You'll see the Dodgers sometime next week. They've got to do that return series with Philadelphia, who now has a 3.5-game lead over the Pirates. And that should keep you covered. Dodgers are at Shea over the weekend. They won last night. Hara at 251, 7 homers and 41 RBI. Well, you knew the Dodgers weren't going to fade forever. Cincinnati, I think, probably has one more run in them. But today being the 19th of August, as far as the game's concerned, you've got 6 weeks to get 7 games. I'm just not sure the Dodgers are going to give it up. I'm sure that 30 for 30 was pretty amazing. Pitch to Hara. Hit him. So Toby, with good speed, got nailed in the ribs. And that'll bring up Campaneris, who's at 237, 3 homers and 45 RBI. Orioles play for the bunt. Lecoq back. Harris safe. So Brett and Lecoq play for the bunt. Pitch to Campaneris. Throws down to Washington, and Hara has it stolen. He's 23rd of the year. If I say that word, does the earth open and I get swallowed up? So an 0-1 count. They're still playing for the bunt. Hara on second. No score in the third. Leonard had a horrible injury. Even worse than Dave Dravecki's arm falling off. Pitch to Campaneris is dropped down. Leonard will field it. Throws to Washington covering the bag. And there's one out. So Hargrove, who doubled his first time up, at the plate, 1 out. Leonard threw 9 batters, 28 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, and that's it. Oh, just say Quebec Alex. All right. Yeah, you have a 7-game lead. That's a terrible thing to talk about. So, Hara moves to third. Hargrove at the plate. Pitch from Leonard. There's a ground ball base hit. Hara will score. 1-0 Texas. Well, when you're a half game out of first in the middle of August, you're going to get games on. Bump Wills is 0 for 1. Leonard deals, and Wills hits that one into right center. Hargrove will hold, and that's the 4th hit. Rangers lead 1-0. It brings up Beniquez. Leonard looking for his 18th win. And he'll drop one down. Porter to Patek for 1, over to Lecoq. Do they turn it? Yes, they do. How about that on the bunt? Oh, baby, it goes. That's a fielder's second, a fielder's choice. It goes 2, 6, 4. 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Texas. Oh, wasn't that like Tribe Fam? Wasn't that on an episode of Family Guy or something like that? So UL Washington will lead it off. They're going to play for the bunt. We're not going to give it to them. 266, no homers, and 13 RBI. Amish Elvis, how are you? Nice to have you along. So, baseball all next week, Monday through Friday. And golf, Thursday and Friday night. Pitch to Washington is a ground ball to Campaneris over to Hargrove, 1 out. So 9 batters deep for Fergie Licious. 2 1/3 innings, a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. He's thrown 26 pitches to 9 batters. George Brett is 0 for 1. They play for a bunt. We're not going to give it to him. And there's a base hit right center field. Bonds will pick it up. Second hit for the Royals. Brings up Hal McRae. Jenkins throws to first. Brett back. McRae, line drive, left center field, all the way to the wall. Beniquez got a late jump. Brett's going to round third. They're going to run on Beniquez. McRae will hold. Campaneris is thrown to the plate. Brett will slide. Safe. So the game is tied. You know, Lorenzo, the other 12 people in here may actually enjoy watching someone else besides the Dodgers. Just saying. Here's Lecoq. He's 0 for 1. And so, in a 1-1 game, this one's kind of feeling almost like early October. Pitch to Pete. Got away from Sundberg. McRae's going to go. And no throw, so it's a wild pitch, and McRae moves up 90. So Jenkins takes a moment, stands away from the mound, licks his fingers, and now will concentrate again on Lecoq, who's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball to Campaneris, who will get the sure out at first. McRae will score, and it's 2-1 Kansas City. No, Clinton, I wasn't alive when they traded Tris Speaker to the Indians. First time I was ever mad at a Red Sox player was Louis Tion. Because he went from the Red Sox to the Yankees in 1979. Like, how can you do that? Thank you, Lorenzo. Here's Porter. He singled his first time up. 2-1 Royals, bottom of the third. And there's a fly ball, right center field. Back goes Beniquez. It's gone. He hit that one right in the teeth of the 12-mile-an-hour wind, and that's Porter's 15th. Yes, I believe Clinton was a freshman in high school the year that Speaker was traded. So let's watch this one again. If you missed the beginning, these two teams had quite the battle in their last game. Texas scored 4 in the top of the 8th to go ahead 6-3, and Kansas City responded with 4 in the bottom of the 8th. And that was indeed Bo Jackson territory. Waterfall shot. Hurdle walked his first time up, struck him out. So an 0-2 count for strike 3, but the Royals get 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. After 3, it's Kansas City 3, Texas 1. And so let's take a look at what we got coming up on the All-Time Greats Golf Tour, the Open Championship from Royal St. George's. So note the times here, Lorenzo. Thursday and Friday prime time coverage. And I suppose if your name is old or young Tom Morris, that you're going to be featured Thursday on the stream at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific. So that's early round coverage live from Royal St. George's. And that place is going to play like a bear if there's wind. And of course, we'll have weekend coverage for you at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific next Saturday and Sunday. So that's the Open Championship coming up right here on Retro Sports Network. And then next month, we'll have the PGA Championship for you from Harding Park sometime in the month of August. I would venture to guess the middle of the month. And the same Thursday, Friday, last group, and Saturday, Sunday leaders. And we're going to add a fifth tournament to the mix. The Women's Players Championship. The all-time great women will take on TPC Sawgrass sometime in the month of September. And so 3 more golf majors coming up for you on Retro Sports Network, and all the live streaming, of course, will be on Twitch next day on YouTube. Do I have a location where all these dates I do not. But we will... Look, I made this in PowerPoint, okay? And so it'll be in all the streams next week. And now back to the ball game. And the ex-Mrs. Ray Knight will certainly be there, along with Annika Sorenstam. Never done a women's tournament. Donald Sutherland turns 85 today. There's a mash, too, along with the Dirty Dozen. Al Oliver, by the way, is 0 for 1. I don't know who I'll feature, but I kind of like the idea of the ladies at Sawgrass. I was going to play him at Augusta, but we already did Augusta once this year, so. I'm asking for the equivalent of a Titstream senior-friendly support brace. Would you like a drinky poo? It always rains at the Open, and oh, if it's windy, par's going to be. Royal St. George's, by the way, is outside of London. It's one of the rare courses on the championship rota that's not deep in Scotland. Pitch to Oliver is ball 4. So the Rangers have the tying run up. I said Twitch. Great Expos fan, Mr. Sutherland was or is, I do know that. Donald, of course, being from Canada. His son Kiefer would be the voice you'd hear if there was a hell. Everybody loves MCI. Bobby Bonds is 0 for 1. Leonard deals, and Bonds hits this one into left field. Back goes Hurdle to the corner off the wall. Oliver will round third. Hurdle's going to throw to the plate. Patek's throw to Porter, not in time. And it's 3-2, and Bonds is on second with a double. So there's no shutdown inning for Leonard. Kiefer was good. My wife liked him in the Three Musketeers. Throw it to second. Bonds is back. I'll take your word for it, Mr. Coyote. This singled his first time up. Drops the bunt. Leonard picks it up. Throws to Washington. And they got him. My voice cracks and Bonds moves to third. Here's Sundberg. He's 0 for 1. How's your brother doing? This is a good game. I knew it would be. See, I do pick good games. If you're wondering about ballpark effects, this place is as neutral as Switzerland. Nothing. More zeros here than a World War II Japanese flight show. Pitch to Sundberg. Struck him out. A 3-2 cutter in there at the knees. And that's the first strikeout for Leonard. That doesn't surprise me. The following is a presentation of the National Hockey League. 2 weeks for that. Here's Hara. He got hit by a pitch, stole second base, and scored. 2 out, top the 4th. Bonds on third. Hara, base hit left side. Bonds will score. And we are knotted up at 3. So, what the baseball gods giveth to Kansas City, they've taken it away. Ugh. You gotta wait for 2 more weeks? I'm so sorry. Is your sister still up? Throw to first. Hara is back. Campaneris bunted his first time up. With 2 outs, he's going to swing. And that got away from Porter, and Hara moves up 90 on the pass ball. So a 2-1 count. And Leonard will walk around the mound to get his wits back. Pitch to Campy. Line drive to third. Brett's there, and that will retire the side. So the Rangers get 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Texas 3, Kansas City 3. So it brings up Cowens. Look at the right part of the screen. Cowens, Otis, and Patek. Al is 0 for 1. I knew that she was there to take care of your mom. And hopefully you're all doing well trying to take care of each other. Jenkins pitch. There's a ground ball, base hit left side. Cowens is there. Oh, was it an Achilles injury? Ouch. Amos Otis struck out his first time up. 1 of 3 on the card for Fergie. Remember watching Dan Marino tear his at a game in Cleveland. And it looked like he'd been shot. That looked so painful. Pitch to Otis is fly ball into right center field. Beniquez will make the catch. Cowens is there. 1 out. For Patek, who struck out his first time up. Pitch from Jenkins. Struck him out. Patek goes down again. He swings and misses at an 0-2 fastball. And that's 4 for Fergie, who was struck out at 121 on the replay. Here's UL Washington. Runner on first, 2 out. 3-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Throw to first, Cowens back. Pitch to Washington is a base hit right field. Cowens will go to third, and the Royals have runners on the corners, and 2 out for Brett. George is 1 for 2. He is singled and scored through 18 batters. Jenkins 53 pitches, 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, a homer, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Robin Ventura's injury sliding at the plate was almost as gruesome as the beating Ryan gave him. Before I address Lorenzo's thing, I listened tonight on the radio down in Tampa that Bryce Fleury took one back in the eye. And you could hear it. You know, the microphone's on the field and all that. You could just hear that smack. Ow. You knew it wasn't good. Yeah, Lorenzo having trouble with the prostate and stuff. And some pain tightening. So he's got appointments going on. Hope you feel better. Pitch to Brett is a ground ball to third. Harry's got to hurry. He's going to go across the way. Brett's running out by an eyelash. Ho-ho, baby. So no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. The Bang Banger preserves the tie after 4-3-3. So Leonard threw 18 batters, 61 pitches, 4 innings, 6 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. And all 3 runs are earned. No, this is not WebMD, where you can turn a hangnail into the bubonic plague, especially if you've kissed a squirrel in Colorado. Hargrove has reached twice. He's 2 for 2. He is singled, doubled, and drove in his 58th. Oof. Juan and Carcion getting drilled with a foul ball in the on-deck circle. 6 days to real baseball, and they will play it in D.C., the Yankees and the Nationals. Pitch to Hargrove is a fly ball right center field. Otis is there for the out, 1 away. So I'll bring up Bump Wills. 1 for 2. He is singled. Lecoq and Brett play for the bunt. Ground ball to Brett, playing in. Great stop. Throws it over to first for the out. And yes, Jamie, prostate issues is not something you hear about on your average fortnight stream. And those that do have left because we're now at 10. But yeah, thanks. Here's Beniquez. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play. Pitch from Leonard is a fly ball left field. Hurdle is there. Clint will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're halfway home here at Royal Stadium. It's Texas and Kansas City, knotted at 3. Actually, Mark, that's their single A team is in Fredericksburg. But they got the okay this morning to play in Washington, so the Nats will actually open up at home. Their triple A team is out in Lorenzo land, out in Fresno, because Nashville didn't want them. Anyway, here's the summary so far. Mike Hargrove with an RBI single to score Toby Harrah, and the third made it 1-0 Texas. Then Kansas City put a 3 spot on the board. Hal McRae doubled to score George Brett. Pete Lecoq brought him home on a fielder's choice, and Darrell Porter sent one out to the waterfall in right center for his 15th of the year, 3-1. Then Texas got 2 back right away. Bobby Bonds doubled home Al Oliver, and Toby Harrah singled home Bobby Bonds to make it 3-3. And so we'll look at this, and I'll let you read that as I tell you the good news that I have. I had blood work done, because I'm a diabetic, and you're supposed to have that done every once in a while. So my doctor called yesterday afternoon, and you look forward to that like you do root canals and all that. And she was all bright and cheery, and so that's always good. And so my A1C dropped from 6.2, which she was real thrilled with, to 5.4. It's not even pre-diabetic range anyway. How about that? And my cholesterol was 146. So for those of you who don't follow me on Facebook, I shared that this morning. So we're pretty gosh darn diddly happy today. Yeah. No, the new stadium is for the single A team, Fredericksburg. They used to be Potomac. Imagine a Dodger fan in Fresno dealing with a giant franchise. And, of course, it used to be the Fresno Giants. Now populated the great raisin capital of the world. Don't forget you can get some fresh sun-made raisins along with your Dodger dogs at your favorite Ralph's, Vaughn's, and Safeway. Whatever it is, I've lost a lot of weight, buddy. About 90 pounds the last 20 years. On a good day, I'm 5'2", and I'm 48, so those days are long gone. But I was about 220, and now I'm about 130. Hal McRae is 1 for 2. He's got a double, a run scored, and an RBI. Pitch to McRae, strike 3. So Jenkins has his 5th. Got him on an 0-2 fastball. Selma is the raising capital. Well, that's not what Carol Burnett told me. So here's Mr. Lecoq. Pete is 0 for 2. Got a sacrifice in there somewhere. And then drove in his 24th of the year. Jenkins' pitch is a ground ball to Wills, and he's going to get played by it instead. Lecoq goes for 2. Wills booted it. That went in the outfield. And so Pete is on second. Circle gets the base. Here's Darrell Porter. Darrell, his last time up, sent one into the waterfall. He's 2 for 2. He's also got a single. So whereabouts is Selma, California? Pitch to Porter. There's a liner to center. Beniquez is there. And there's 2 out. Lecoq wasn't going anywhere. If you had been 20 pounds. Well, that's true. Well, I'm sorry. I'll take being healthy and the disgust of being beat by ABC Sports Banner. By the way, we have tracked down the brother of the ABC Sports Banner. And it should be here next week. And it's currently sitting in Chicago, eating some deep dish pizza. Clint Hurdle has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. And before you can ask Madam Speaker where Selma, California is, it's 15 miles south of Fresno. What about my pain? I'm not touching that. Oh, well, I'm sorry that you're in pain. I thought I was actually nice to you when I talked about that. Pitch to Hurdle. Struck him out. He got him, and Jenkins got him to swing and miss on an 0-2 pitch. No runs, no hits, and 1 error. We go to the 6th. It's still 3-3. That was what the Scully impression was for. Al Oliver, Bobby Bonds, and Richie Zisk here in the 6th. Oliver is 0 for 1. He has walked and scored. Pitch to Al. Ground ball to third. Brett to Lecoq for the out. Bobby Bonds is 1 for 2. Has a double, a run scored, and an RBI. And so we're already looking in September and making alternate plans for yet another project. That would be on Saturday afternoons. Could you guess what that might be? Pitch to Bonds is a ground ball, base hit left side. So Bonds reaches on a single, 7th hit. Man, you are touchy today. Did I hurt your fifis? I talked about the banner. Talked about it for a minute or two. Richie Zisk, by the way, says he wants to bat. He's 0 for 1, or 1 for 1, with a single, and then had the sack bunt his last time up. He's a 3-bunter. And there you go. Thanks for the gift subscription to CFC 136. We now, by the way, have 130 followers. Pitch to Zisk. There goes Bonds to throw down to second. Bobby safe. So 28 for Bonds, and so the go-ahead run is in scoring position. I don't think we have played the Braves since the first week of the season. Worst fielding team on the worst field in Atlanta. No problem, Lorenzo. It just means that I can't do my terrible skip carry. Andy Griffith, we're right after this double play. Ramirez, Hubbard, Chambliss. Braves win. So Zisk got himself a single. Runner on second. Struck him out. Leonard got him to swing and miss on an off-speed pitch. 1 and 2 was swung on and missed, and that's 2 for Leonard. I'll bring up Sundberg, who struck out. He's 0 for 2. 3-3 tie into center field. Otis is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Texas and Kansas City, 3-3. So no runs, a hit, and no errors. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Texas. They've left 4 on. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors, and 5 left on for Kansas City. A.C. Cowlings at the plate. He's 1 for 2, wink, wink, with a single. And Jenkins has struck out 6 through 5. Pitch to Al. There's a base hit right center. So Beniquez got a late jump on it. And Cowens is on. I appreciate that, Lorenzo. And then I'll bring up Otis, who's 0 for 2. So both teams now have 7 hits. Royals in front by half a game, as both teams have hit the 3/4 pole. Throw to first, Cowens is back. Now they go to Otis. In the left field, Zisk goes back for the out. Cowens will hold. 1 out for Patek. Freddie has struck out both times. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball to Wills. Might be 2. Can't be for 1. No throw. Cowens with that roll block slide, and Patek is on with 2 out for UL Washington, who is 1 for 2 with a single. Patek's going to go. Sundberg's throw down to Campaneris, not in time. That's 30 for Freddie on the year. Where is Joe's Deb? I believe sitting on Joe's Deb's seat in the bench. So Washington has a chance to pick up Patek off the pond on a 1-0 count. Ball 4. And that'll bring up Brett. 27 batters deep for Jenkins on only 83 pitches. That's efficient. 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits. All 3 runs are earned. The home run to Porter, he has walked 2 and struck out 2. Brett 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Struck him out. He got him on a 2-2 looking. And Jenkins works out of the jam. We go to the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Texas and Kansas City are knotted at 3. So we go to the 7th. It'll be Toby Hara, Bert Campaneris, and Mike Hargrove to face Dennis Leonard. Toby has singled, was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and drove in a run. Or a productive day. Leonard from the wind. It's a gone. Toby Hara hit that into left center field, and there was no doubt about it. That's his 8th of the year, and it's 4-3 Texas. That punch was hung over the plate, and Hara smashed it. So 4-3. The Achilles heel for the Rangers is their bullpen. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was the last of the expansion senators to retire. Bert Campaneris is 0 for 1. Got him. Leonard got him to chase on an 83-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 out. And so through 27 batters, Leonard at 96 pitches. 6 1/3 innings. 8 hits. The home run to Hara. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. All 4 runs are earned. So here's Hargrove. He has singled, doubled, and drove in a run. 83 degrees, and that wind is howling in from 15 from right field. Beautiful day here. That's a base hit right center field. Cowens will pick it up. Hargrove will hold it first. Or Otis, rather. And that's the 9th hit. Brings up Bump Wills. 1 for 3 with a single. Pitch. And there's a fly ball right center field. Otis is there. And that will be the out. Number 2. So it brings up Beniquez. He's 0 for 3. He is grounded into a double play. Running long here today. But nice to chat. And just remember, you can watch on the phone too. So even if Mother Nature calls, you can watch me live on Twitch because I'm not going there. Make your own joke. Pitch to Beniquez. Ball 4. So the Rangers trying to get some insurance runs on the board. And Leonard, that's his 2nd walk. Here's Oliver. He's 0 for 2. Has the other walk, and he scored on it. So he's 0 for 2. And scored his 51st of the year. Pitch to Al. The base hit right center field. Hargrove will score. Beniquez goes to third, and it's 5-3 Texas. This Ranger team is no joke. And with California and Minnesota all in the fray, Texas can win a 4-team battle. Just the humor's that way, Lorenzo. Here's Bobby Bonds. He is single-doubled, drove in a run, scored, and stole a base. Beniquez on third, Oliver on first, 2 out, top the 7th. Ground ball to Brett, and Brett can't handle it. Beniquez will score. Brett booted it, and it's now 6-3 on the air. And Leonard just kind of shakes his head. Here comes Zisk, 1 for 2, singled and struck out. Remember, the Rangers scored 4 in the 8th in the last game and blew it. Got him. 3 runs, 3 hits, and an error. Stretch time, 6-3 Texas. So McRae, Lecoq, and Porter. Hal doubled home a run and scored himself. He's 1 for 2. Jenkins looking for win number 10. How many of these 9 outs can he get? He got one right there. He got McRae swinging on an 0-2. That's 8 for Fergie. His season high is 10, and that came against the Red Sox on April 30th. Here's Lecoq. Pete is 0 for 3 with an RBI. Ground ball to short. Campaneris over to Hargrove for the out. 2 away. So Fergie, at this rate, might be able to go the distance. Here's Porter. He's 2 for 3. Hit one up in the waterfall in the 3rd. Yeah, there's new updates for baseball and football at least. Pitch to Porter. In the left center, Beniquez rides the Schwinn, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 8th, 6-3 Texas. Don't forget, after the ball game, we will tell you our digital dice player of the game. And I'm kind of leaning towards Toby Harrah at the moment. And tell you about the rest of the day in baseball. Dodgers and Mets at Shea. Here's Sundberg. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Make it 2 as Leonard got him on a 1-2 with the knees. 1 away for Harrah. Has it been hit by a pitch, singled, homered, scored twice and stole a base. Dennis delivers. There's a liner to left, hurdles there for the out. Lorenzo getting ready for his 75 Red 63 Dodgers series. Be curious to see how you do with that. Jamie, worth the upgrade. Honest, honest, honest. The AI is much more aggressive on the base paths, and that alone made it worth the price of admission. Campy's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Leonard, 2 outs here in the 8th, trailing 6-3. Ground ball to Washington behind the bag, over to first. Lecoq keeps his foot there, and that's it. No runs, no hits, no errors. There is an update. Oh, Ricky, I wasn't going to mention that, but you're absolutely right. Go to the bottom of the 8th, Texas 6, Kansas City 3. Poor Ricky did the 86 season in OOTP. Not only did he get the Pirates to swing to win 35 more games and a pennant over the Mets, but Seattle won 30 more games than they did in real life, too. That's just bizarre. Here's Hurdle. He has struck out twice and walked. He's 0 for 2. Jenkins delivers. In the left field, Zisk moves over, makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Cowens. Al is 2 for 3. Otis to follow. Patek should anybody reach. Yeah. One and a heck of a lot in a shopping cart full of zeros. The Dodgers firing Lasorda is about as likely as me dating the Queen of England. I think you coached the Yankees, didn't you, Ricky? Pitch to Cowens is a ground ball to Wills over to Hargrove for the out, or controlling the Mets. Okay, so 2 out for Otis, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Mets won 108 in 86. Not that I would know that or anything. I still see a therapist twice a month. So I'm still going. And Sarah, you got to save those Wi-Fi settings.
Yeah. It's hard.
No, you save it.
Oh, I'm missing a 4. That's what it's
So here's Otis. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. You're welcome. Jenkins delivers. There's a liner to left, and that's going to drop in front of Zisk. And so Otis is on 2 out for Patek, who's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. That is outrageous. Freddie's 0 for 3. There goes Otis. Sundberg's throw down to Wills. No, sir. Number 13. You can update the patches. It's not going to hurt your save games, Lorenzo, if there's a basketball update out. So Otis in scoring position. And a 1-0 count to Patek. Jenkins delivers. Long gone. That was right down the line in left field. And Freddie didn't short that swing at all. It's 6-5, and there's 2 out. And Royal Stadium comes to life. Zisk ran out of real estate. Number 4 on the year for Freddie, and he put that about 10 rows back. So a 1-run game. Here's UL Washington. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitch from Jenkins. Struck him out. He got him on a 1-2, but we go to the 9th. Kansas City, 2 runs on the bomb by Patek, or as I should say to Ricky Keeler, kaboom! Texas 6, Kansas City 5. By the way, once the Yankees and the Nationals meet in D.C. next Thursday, it'll be the Ricky Keeler Bowl. Ricky, big Yankee fan, and of course covered the Nats with me at District on Deck. So Hargrove, Wills, and Beniquez as Texas tries to get that insurance run. And they'll go to the pen. They're going to go with Randy McGilberry. Randy 0-2 with a 7.59 ERA, making his 11th appearance of the year. He is 0-2. He has not faced the Rangers. Yep, that's one of those ones that you make the auto names up. One of those fictional things. Just create me a name. Randy McGilberry. 24 years old. Last pitched against the Twins on the 16th. Went a third of an inning, was Christmas tree. 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and he walked 4. That's bad. 10 2/3 innings, 17 hits. 2 home runs allowed, 10 in total, 9 earned. He has walked 15 and struck out 2. So say a novena if you're inclined for Randy. You'll face Hargrove, Wills, and Beniquez here in the 9th. Hargrove is 3 for 4, has singled twice, doubled, scored, and drove in a run. Pitch to Hargrove is popped up. Brett goes to the railing, and somebody from Kansas City, Kansas made that catch. And so the count is 0-2. McGilberry delivers. Slow roller to Washington. Over to first for the out. Randy, keep the apartment. Yep, that's a chicken dinner for you, Jamie. You won the internet today. This will bring up Wills. Bump is 1 for 4. No, they haven't pink slipped him yet. You'll see him next weekend for the golf, I'm sure. And then, once that's over, we'll start doing a primetime stream for baseball to get him in the loop. But as far as I know, he's doing well. By the way, if you do watch on YouTube, as of Sunday, we'll be all caught up. Now, would you imagine that? So Tuesday, you'll actually see Monday's game. Pitch to Wills. Ball 4. There's a shot. 3-1 cutter missed downstairs, and that'll bring up Beniquez, who's 0 for 3. Walked and scored to go along with that. Throw to Beniquez. Base hit left field. Hurdle will pick it up. And Kansas City, or Texas rather, has 2 on and 1 out for Al Oliver. It was 1 for 3. He singled, scored, and drove in a run. Well, there's a couple people who have asked for primetime streams, Lorenzo. This channel was set up to give people something to watch at lunchtime. Asking for a buddy. Because he's nice to me. Pitch to Oliver. Into shallow center. Otis rides the Schwinn, and Wills will go back. So 2 out for Bobby Bonds. Well, we started this replay way back in January. The idea was 2 live streams and 1 taped one. And last year we did 2 daytime live streams and a primetime one. So it's understandable why we'd want to hit that audience too, and maybe get people to watch during the day. Remember, The Price is Right used to be a primetime show too. Bobby Bonds 2 for 4, singled, doubled, RBI. Running a stolen base if Clinton's still here. He remembers when Bill Cullen used to host it in primetime. Pitch to Bonds is a ground ball base hit up the middle. Wills will round third and score. So Beniquez goes to third, Bonds on first, and Zisk is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out twice. Well, after you finish your tapioca pudding there, Lorenzo, just remember that you're 3 hours behind us. Pitch to Zisk, there goes Bonds. Porter's gonna throw, and that is, I don't know what you just saw. He's safe. So Bonds steals the bag, and it's an 0-1 count to Zisk. So runners on second and third, 7-5 Texas. Pitch to Zisk, struck him out. So Zisk takes the collar. He got him looking on a curve inside at the knees. Texas gets a big insurance run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th, top of the order. It looked like he did, didn't it? That McGilberry cut it off? Anyway, it's still 7-5 Texas. Well, it's not still. It is 7-5 Texas. So Ferguson Jenkins will try to get the complete game win. After 36 batters, 119 pitches, 8 hits, or 8 innings, 9 hits, 2 homers. They did need that run. 2 walks and 9 strikeouts. It'll be George Brett, Hal McRae, and the center square himself, Pete Lecoq. Brett to third. Hara will eat it. And so now McRae is the tying run at the plate. Hal is 1 for 4. He's doubled, drove in his 71st run, and scored. McRae, right to Jenkins. Wills for 1, no throw, but Texas will trade runners for outs all the time. So 1 out. Yep, Jenkins has bent, but he has not broke. And the important qualifier is yet. Lecoq is 0 for 4 with an RBI. He is a tying run. Porter is on deck. 1 out. In the right center field, Beniquez is there, 2 out. So last chance saloon for the Royals is Darrell Porter. His home run in the third was a monster shot. He's added a single to that. He's 2 for 4. So Tyler Jenkins needs 1 more out to get a big, big win for the Rangers. Here's the, well, throw to first. McRae's back. So everybody's up. Here's the pitch. Into center field. Beniquez has it. The Rangers win the ball game. A big one for Texas. They win it 7-5. And so Toby Harrah and his 2 RBI and his big home run is our digital dice player of the game. Fergie Jenkins goes to 10-9. 9 innings. He goes the distance. 10 hits. 5 runs all earned. The 2 homers, Patek and Porter. He walked 2 and struck out 9. Leonard goes to 17-7. 8 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. A homer. He walked 2 and struck out 5. And McGillberry, ZRA jumps to 771. Ote. And so the rest of the day in baseball. So Texas and Kansas City have flopped in the standings. And as we play the rest of the day, as I adjust, well, we're going to start with the Dodger game because it's listed first. And the Mets win 7-3. Pete Bruhart goes, well, now it moved on me. Bruhart goes to 3-7. Don Sutton takes the loss. He goes to 13-11. And Elliot Maddox hits his 2nd of the year. Anything I should know about that? No. Minnesota 5, Toronto 1. Gary Sarum goes to 14-5. Garvin 7-10. Disco Dan Ford 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. But the Dodgers don't lose any ground to the Reds. The Cubs beat them 7-3. Dennis Lamp goes to 8-14. Paul Moscow 13-5. Dave Kingman with 2 homers. He is 17 on the year. Oakland pounds the snot out of Boston 12-1. 22 hits. John Henry Johnson throws a 3-hitter. Dave Revering 2 homers, 4 RBI. He goes 4 for 5. Philadelphia 7, San Francisco 6-10. Ron Reed beats Gary Lavelle. Darrell Evans 2 homers. He now has 15. He drives in 3. In fact, the Dodgers lose no ground at all as Montreal beats San Diego 3-2. Dan Schatzeder goes to 7-4. Randy Jones 14-9. Pittsburgh, Burt Blyleven, fans 9, goes the distance 1-0. Win, he goes to 12-10. Bannister 4-7. Cleveland shuts out the White Sox 5-0. Mike Paxton goes to 11-7. Francisco Barrios takes the loss. Alexander 2 for 3 with a double. Detroit pounds 17 hits. Where's Mark Forsberg? 17 hits. You beat Milwaukee 9-1. Give yourself a cookie. Milt Wilcox goes to 9-8. Zuri Augustine 13-9. Ron LaFleur 4 for 6. And his 10th home run of the year, he drove in 3. St. Louis downs Atlanta in 10. 5-4. Schultz with the win. He goes to 7-7. Campbell goes to 2-6. The Sarge, Gary Matthews, with his 19th of the year. Seattle beats the Yankees 3-2. Have a sneaker there, Lorenzo. Colburn 4-6. Dick Tidrow falls to 8-8. And Cruz 2 for 3 with 2 stolen bases. Last but not least, Jim Palmer and the Orioles beat California 3-1. Kelly 1 for 2, a triple, and 3 walks. Hartzell takes the loss. And so, yeah, the Dodgers get a break there. Okay, I'll check that in a minute. And so, standings, first of all, as we head into the rest of the weekend, Philadelphia by 3.5 over the Pirates. Dodgers by 7 over San Diego and Cincinnati. Milwaukee by 2 over Baltimore. 3 over the Yankees. Texas by a half game over Kansas City. Minnesota and California 3.5 behind. When we get together Monday afternoon, it's Monday morning baseball. How about that? Or do I change my mind here? Do I change my mind? I think we're going to call an audible here. And go with Baltimore and California. That's a biggie, too, because Baltimore and California both chasing. So that's Monday's game. Tuesday, we'll have San Diego and Philadelphia for you. Wednesday, we'll have the Yankees and the Angels. Thursday, I got to make sure I build the place, Texas and Minnesota. And Friday, Lorenzo's Dodgers against the Phillies. So lots of action for you next week. And so we'll talk to you Monday for more baseball. We'll catch you then. Have yourselves a safe weekend, everybody. Be good to each other. Bye-bye.